So now we're going to have a look at the second section, practical use of software. This is a biggie. This is worth 20 out of 60. So it's the biggest section of the controlled assessment, and one that you really need to look at producing good quality evidence to get as many of those points as you possibly can. Let's run through them. Produces a basic working solution to the task using common software tools within a single application. The solution may contain some minor errors or omissions. So when you've got something that is vaguely finished and you show me some screenshots of it and I think, yep, that does what it's supposed to do, then this will go green. As I've said here, I cannot give anyone this mark until you've finished making your solution. I've used the word entire. That's a little bit over the top. As long as you've got something that does most of what your client wants, then you will get that mark there. Demonstrates a basic working knowledge of some common software tools. In your screenshots, you just need to make sure that you show me that you've used various tools like the color, the layout, the boxes, various little formulas that you might have included, anything that you've used. So you're going to show me the development of your solution, showing the tools that you've used. Works with limited support. If it goes green, then I've had to give you some help and give you some assistance. If it says NA, that means not applicable. It means you're not working with limited support, you're working independently, and if we don't have to worry. So it's better to have NA there, but it's not a bad thing. If you do have to have some help, that's fine. Use automated software features, and the S is important, such as spell checkers to check their own work. So there are other automated features. For instance, we've got the same thing in Excel where you can click up here and use the AutoSum feature and use that. Also, I've shown you how when you write a formula, you get a help assistance thing that pops up. And also when you make your mail merge, you'll use the wizard, which is another form of automated software features. So show me that you've used them. Demonstrates an ability to develop their own work as a result of trial and error. Just show me stuff that goes wrong. Bizarrely, if something doesn't work, great, put it in. Show me what you did, show me how you fixed it. That will get you that mark. Models alternative solutions using the basic features found in common software applications. This throws a lot of people, gets them a little bit confused. They're not sure what this means. The point is, the solution that you're making is not the only way that you could approach the needs of your client. So before you actually start making it, just do several different ideas, jot them down in a spreadsheet. I could arrange it this way, I could get my text and put it this way. It's not just about layout, it's what sorts of different ways of using formulas could you use. So layout is part of it, but there are other things you need to include as well. This one here, the design specification includes poor or no understanding of safe, secure and responsible practice. Up here, when you do your design spec, as long as you said in your statement of what you intend to do, you can say, I'm going to save my spreadsheet like this, in this place, I'm going to call it that, I'm going to back it up like this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. That's why most of you have already got the not applicable. If you haven't done it, and you've handed other work in, it's gone green, that all you have to do to get that to go NA is to come back up here and do what I've just said. Mark Band 2, practical use of software, produces a fully working solution to the task. It does what your client wants. You know, you can add stuff up with the spreadsheet, you can show what you need to show, you can do all sorts of various things that your client has asked for. Okay, using more advanced features such as wizards and linking data across applications. So we are using mail merge, that is, linking stuff from your spreadsheet into a Word document. Uses software features effectively. So you've got more detailed descriptions of what you do, works independently, demonstrates an ability to exchange, integrate data from part of the system and another. Well, this one here, it says linking across applications. This one doesn't, it's the same thing, but it doesn't mean you have to go from one application to another. You can take information from one area of your spreadsheet and put it in another. And in fact, that is quite easy to do because you can collate all of the information into one sheet for your mail merge, and that will give you that tick. Modifies their own work as a result of testing. None of you can say that your solution worked 100% correctly the first time that you made it. So as you're doing it and things go wrong, you test it, you try it out, you put some numbers in. Does it do what it's supposed to do? The answer is going to be no sometimes, so then you fix it. Instead of ignoring that process, take screenshots of what's happening as you're going, saying this didn't work, so I did this to it, now it works. That will get you that tick. Uses planning and proofing tools. Well, I'm doing them all the time. Here you go, there's one example, leaving notes. You can do that, so you can right click, insert comment. The spell checker is another example of a planning and proofing tool. Creates a solution to the set problem which is user-friendly and is appropriate for the audience and purpose. If it's not a mess, if it looks neat and tidy, if it uses colour effectively, if it uses layout effectively, if the cells are the right width, if everything looks like it can be used by somebody who's got at least a certain amount of skill, you'll get that. Models alternative solutions using a range of the features found in common software applications. So that's just like the previous example. However, now you need to be a bit more detailed. So it's, as I said, it's not just about layout and color. It's also about the arrangement of the data and the formulas that you could use attached to them. Demonstrates a basic understanding of how rules in any model can be changed and modified. This can be done in so many different ways. If you're adding up a sequence of numbers and you realise that one's been missed out, you need to move the boundaries of that formula. You show the before and after. You can do all sorts of things to formulas. Change them from adding up lots of cells to just using the sum formula. So instead of that plus that plus that plus that plus that, just use the sum. So there's lots of different ways. Again, two screenshots, one of the rule before, one of the rule afterwards, an explanation of what you've done and why. The design specification includes an understanding of safe, secure and responsible practice. Again, that's going back up to here. And if you've said all sorts of stuff about where you're going to save, how you're going to save, what you're going to call it, why you're going to back it up and how you're going to back it up, that will get you that mark. Into the top end, mark band 3. An enhanced solution. So if you've used macros, if you've used sensible layouts, if you've locked areas of the spreadsheet so they can't be changed, if you've used drop-down list, if you've used all of the various functions and formulas that you've been shown that are detailed and make something that makes me sit back and go, yes, that is good, then you'll have a chance of getting that. Okay, so all sorts of ways you can do that. A solution is produced which shows a good understanding of the software options and tools. They're linked. Basically, if you get that one, I'm going to give you that one. Uses the range of advanced software features efficiently. The same. If you get that one, you'll get those two. Demonstrates a good understanding of the purpose and needs of the user for the task. So you've got a client with lots of needs. Have you produced something for them that is effective and easy for them to use? Creates a solution which takes full account of audience and purpose. Your client doesn't know how to make one of these solutions. That's why they've got you to do it. So if you've made a solution that is then easy to use, that's where you get that from. Models, alternative solutions, a wide range. That one's pretty tricky to get because you really have to make two solutions, and my recommendation is to not waste the time actually doing that. I think that's a bit over the top. If you end up with time left over at the end of the controlled assessment, then come back and have a look at that. Develops an effective solution making good use of efficiency tools such as wizard options. So there's all sorts of different things that you've been shown how to use that help you. The computer joins in and shows you where to put things. So like when you type if into equals if into the formula bar, it will give you an efficiency tool that will help you actually place the sections. So if you show that, then you'll get this one. produces a detailed evaluation at each step of the development process, making amendments to their own work as a result of this evaluation. Oh, Mr. Spacer. So basically, as you go through making your your solution, you take lots and lots of screenshots saying, I'm doing this, I am doing this, oh, this has gone wrong, so I better do this, and show the whole process. Again, is that worth it if you're not going to get all of the others? A lot of work for very, very little reward. Test the final solution and documents the next steps. So as you're making your solution, and then when it's finished, you want to make sure that it works. So a test generally carries out several stages. What is it you're testing? How are you going to test it? What do you expect to happen? What actually happens? What do you do to fix it? So how you present that would be up to you. And another one on saving and what you need to do. So in a nutshell, that is the most important section of the controlled assessment. You need to make sure that, as you can see, this section is 15 to 20, that you can push into this area here if you're looking for a B or above.